Well, Mr. Castro, do you know how that money came about? We joined what we did, we tried to partner with Riverside County Transportation. We tried to get an MOU going through the Calexico transit system. It took time. And the funding, I mean, like I said, there is no money left out. After we do the shades, after we do the transit or the dial ride, anything, money that's left out is for maintenance of the streets. What we could do in the future, but I would have to add the IVAC for the county, if instead of spending the money on maintenance of the streets, we could use the money for the matching. But one thing I know that, well, it could be, as long as if it's federal, you can match it with state funds. But if it's state, you cannot match it with federal.
Can we get something for Measure D? Measure D is accounting, right? No?
Measure D is for
okay, so you can't get any money from that.
Well, this is a touchy subject, and Jennifer, I may ask you to step in because the councilman owns the transportation company, which he's inquiring about releasing funds to. So,
A ver, excuse me,
is there something?
Mayor, I need you, can you repeat that, please?
I was asking her that this is a touchy subject because we're under general comments, and I don't know if, since you own the transportation company, it would be appropriate for you to be asking about funding that would potentially be released to your company. So I'm just asking her.
You asking
So the attorney.
the attorney? Okay.
Just to keep us safe.
Okay, Jennifer?
I'm not aware of the facts of this situation. Is it money that would only go to Calexico Transit? Or is it money that the city could use for transportation services?
In company with Councilman Castro right now, if I understood him correctly, there was $300,000 set aside 4 years ago, correct?
4 years ago, before I get elected.
There's $300,000 that's been set aside 4 years ago,
Right?
and that the city only had to match it with $70,000.
Yes, but we needed an operator. So the city's not going to operate it.
No, but I thought the $300,000 was for improvements.
No, for transportation.
For transportation. What would be the transportation?
Who's our operator?
See, once we get the bus, and that was an MOU that we needed to work, and it was never finalized. But once we get the bus in, you know, with an MOU from our local transportation provider, it would either we just give it to them or we go out to bid. Who would use the
Who's
bus?
our local transportation?
It would be Mr. Castro.
Excuse me. The bus and the money is never gonna be I'm not gonna take the money. The money is gonna be for the city. The city has to work and get the money. I mean, the money and also the transit, the bus or the payment. There's no way that Calexico Transit is gonna receive any penny. Everything is gonna belongs to the city. I wanna make clear that it's gonna belongs to the city, not to Luis Castro, not to Calexico Transit. That money is in kind for transportation. That money belongs to the city. I wanna make clear that. So it's not a conflict. And this money is being for almost 4 years. And I know there's so many city council pass through, and I'm here to know, and I want to everybody knows about the city transportation here in Calexico. I want to let you know that that money is not belongs to Luis Castro or to Calexico Transit System. The equipment belongs to the city, but the city needs to work on transportation. Not even we finish the transit bus shade. We need to work on that. There's a lot of needs in transportation here in Calexico. Thank you.
What I can do, I can set a report for the next council meeting, and I'll just give you the whole thing.
Yes, it would be good to have all the conditions and how to be able to tap into the resources. so we can improve the conditions of it. Councilman Romero?
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Come on, you kids. And also, I would like to each department to give us a verbal report each council meeting. A verbal report each council meeting. I want that report every council meeting. Also, I want a written report as well, including yourself, Brad. We need a verbal report. We need the people Calexico to hear exactly what's going on every council meeting. We need that, Rob. Will you please do it? Thank you.
Councilman Romero.
Well, the girls who have ever left here, again, I want to extend congratulations for your trip and your success. I've been involved with sports for the kids many years ago, and it was a great sensation and a success that we were able to get kids to these tournaments. So I congratulate you. I want to reiterate the issue regarding the shading for the bus stops. Everybody's familiar with our temperatures here. I don't know what kind of sorry. I don't know what kind of material will be used for the benches, whatever the improvements are going to be. You know, if it's metal, you're kind of defeating the purpose. Nobody can sit on them because it's too hot. I've seen where, I'll take it for example, Rockwood Avenue. On Rockwood Avenue, there's at least one bus stop that has the shade behind you, above you, with only about 2 feet. Well, 1 o'clock onto 5 o'clock, you're going to be with your face right to the sun. There's no shade. It looks like a shade, but there's no shade. I think we need to just come up with a different design to serve its purpose. And maybe instead of using metal, using something that won't absorb the heat so much. And that's it.
Thank you very much. I've got a couple of things. Again, I want to reiterate for all our youth, we have a lot of young kids here. Keep playing sports, bring us more trophies that we can show that Calexico succeeds in all types of sports. We've had baseball, softball, basketball. Didn't we have a volleyball team at one point? We did. So you're more than welcome to come anytime, the coaches, anytime, bring the kids. I wanted to touch upon, I think, a couple of comments that were mentioned earlier by Councilman Zahn and Councilman Moreno. One of the things I think I'd like to see is if we can have, since downtown merchants have all this merchandise on the sidewalks anyway, if we're requiring them and requesting them to keep it clean, why not have once a week have a sidewalk sale that whole week? Have one weekend, the weekday, and then the other weekend, so that they have an opportunity to sell more merchandise, especially now the economic times are hard. So I think, that may be an option. If we can talk about that with the downtown committee, I'd like to see what kind of response that gives. Maybe it's not a good idea, but I'd like to see if maybe we could put that on the table since we're already doing it. We just make it legitimate. I also wanted to touch upon the roadway plan. Nick, I know that a lot of effort was put into that. If we can have that placed on our website, if there could be a map with some coloring based on each year. I know we've completed year 1 and 2, perhaps. So if we can put the remaining 3 years on the website so people can access that, I'd appreciate that. I think all council members would like to see that so people get a sense of at what point their street may be fixed and what streets. So delineate it by a color scheme. Let's see. I was invited to welcome Border Patrol agents that are joining the Calexico sector. There was over 100 Border Patrol agents. Apparently they've increased from 400 to 1,000 Border Patrol agents in this area.